Now, of course, as you will recall, the onboard fire control system suddenly decides not to work anymore, and you get to deal with your utterly melancholy emo computer voice, which you're going to hear. It's hilarious how little the computer gives a fuck about anything. Alright, so we got to shoot some stuff, so yeah.
Shields at maximum. Navigation systems active. Hostile targets approaching.
Look at that. Hostile targets approaching.
Malfunction in fire control systems.
God, this is a waste of my time. These hostiles approaching. Take them out, please.
Fire control systems to manual operation.
Alright, let's do this. Yes, mouse control is working. You have to press the F button, by the way, because by default it makes even your mouse control like a flight stick. So down is up and up is down. Which, why would you want that? Hell if I know. If you're playing with a joystick, sure, but it's too bad because I actually have a Thrustmaster HOTAS X that I bought for Elite Dangerous that would be probably really good in this situation if it worked properly. But oh well. Mouse is okay. Man, when you put this on easy, those hitboxes are huge. They're about half that size on normal, and I suspect they're just the diameter of the target on hard. Because the number of enemies you face and the number of hits they take doesn't change in the higher difficulties. As I understand it, it's just the size of the hitboxes. It looks like I have more ammo, too, because my gun power seems to be dropping at a much lower rate than it did on normal, which is good. So that was tricky as well. You tended to run out of gun juice fairly frequently. Like, I don't understand why the ship is still fine to fly itself, but it doesn't know how to aim the guns all of a sudden. Like, that seems odd to me. So you see we got the 3 displays there. So this one here is my shields, this one here is my gun, and that's my hull integrity. So if this goes down, this will start to drop. If that runs out, you dead. You're also going to see in later sequences... Woot! 80s explosion! That's the equivalent of walking away from an explosion right there. There are levels later where there's actually targets you can't hit or you instantly die because, of course... So we didn't actually take any damage, but other interesting thing, this ship is able to heal itself, which it only seems to do, for whatever reason, when you're not in combat. So normally if we took damage, it would say repairing. So we got several of these sequences in a row, just so you guys know. I think there's actually like 7 of them. And I know the last couple get really tricky. Like, a walkthrough actually says, like, you need to memorize the positions of enemies ahead of time if you want to have a shot of getting through it. So that might be interesting. If any of these sequences require too much retrying, I'll probably just cut to when I do my last successful run, because it'll be boring for you guys to watch that over and over again. So island is currently used as a munitions dump by the enemy. Munitions are stored in well-armed buildings along the coastline to store as many munitions pumps as possible. Like, you see, this is supposed to take me by optimum route to the Cyberia complex. Having to take a detour through islands to blow up a bunch of ammo dumps doesn't seem optimal to me. Just saying. I'm like, aren't we in a rush? I don't get it.
Target acquired.
Wrecking your army. Also, by the way, if your like entire Air Force can be taken out by one, high-end fighter being flown by a hacker, maybe your army needs some retraining or better equipment there, guys, because I hate to tell you, if I'm just some hacker with his friggin' cool shades on. If I can take all of you guys out with just this, your army's pretty crap. Just saying. Flying around. Now you have to realize at the time that, in 1994, this was mind-blowing to look at from a visual and animation perspective. I remember when I first played this game, I was just like, holy crap, this is the future, man. Which is why so many people kind of didn't care that they were awful games, because they just looked so amazing. Sort of speaks a lot to a lot of the gaming public's obsession with graphics over everything else, right? Which is changing now, especially in the era of indie games and stuff. But yeah, this stuff was unbelievable at the time. And like, this was the equivalent of like playing on an Xbox, thinking the Xbox looked really good, and then seeing the Xbox One. Like, it was that level of leap at the time, and it blew people's minds away, and it was just so... People just were so incredibly impressed with that, yeah, gameplay kind of got blown to the side, which is why I said this is kind of a regression, because I'm telling you what, Ace Combat, this game ain't. Wing Commander, this game ain't. This is literally a rail shooter. Like, it's almost like an arcade light gun game, except even dumber, because there's no reload mechanics, there's no real precise aiming required unless you're on the higher difficulty. It's just point and shoot and make the animated objects blow up. But the route you take is always the same. Like, you're not piloting the ship at all, you're not changing your route, you're not doing anything. You're just watching a bunch of really neat animations and making certain objects blow up so that the animation doesn't stop. That's really, at its core, what these interactive movie products were. It was just keep doing the things needed to stop the movie from hitting pause and rewind. That's really it. Whee! That doesn't seem like the most efficient thing either.
Warning. Cruise missile launch detected.
Oh yes, cruise missiles. This gets fun because there's about 1 million of these things that come at you in rapid succession. You get about a half a second to take them out, as you can see. But I got most of them because we're playing on easy.
Objective in range.
Bye, sub.
Area secure.
Area skewer. Blow up the hatch, and apparently that's enough to wreck a whole sub. Don't get it. Don't get it. Moving on. All right. What we got next here? Norway. All right. Pass through the canyon to avoid long-range enemy air and sea defenses. Moderate air defenses and high numbers of tanks are reported in the area. Yeah, okay.
Shields at maximum.
Rolling start.
Navigation systems active.
It's time to make some crazy money. Are you ready? Here we go! Okay, we're not really making any money, but... it'd be a lot more fun if this game paid me per kill. I might learn how to speedrun it in that case. Now, that'd be a fun thing to do. I wonder if anybody's done a speedrun of this game, like on, like, hard difficulty for both segments. I'd love to see someone speedrun this. People speedrun friggin' anything, good, bad, or ugly, so I bet somebody has. That would be pretty amazing, actually.
Entering hover mode.
You sound really indignant about that. Entering hover mode? God, why are you making me hover?
Target acquired.
You already have to fire the guns yourself, and you're terrible at it. Why are you making me hover too? Let's go. Jeez. Yes, my Kim Kardashian is my onboard fire control system. Burn, you cartel fuckwit. This music is so random. It's like this big, grandiose military thing, and then it's just like... It's just... it's so tonally inconsistent. Like... oh, God, it's all over the place. It's hysterical.
Target acquired.
I do remember enjoying Cyberia 2 a fair bit more. I actually erroneously said in my original video that that game was basically all on-rails shooting. Apparently it wasn't. I think it did have more on-rails shooting than this one. But apparently it was not all on-rails. There was on-foot bits, but that game is not out, but I probably will do a plays of that too, just because, why not, right? We'll get the whole series done. I will do a run of that if that comes out on GOG, which I'm sure it will. Like, Interplay owns the rights to that too, I'm pretty sure, so... though I'm not sure. This said it was copyright Xatrix, and Xatrix doesn't exist anymore, so I don't know. Alright, so that's that one. Haven't taken one bit of damage yet. I'm getting pretty good performance ratings, all things considered. Alright, next up. Archangel Military... like, you see that line? Does that look like the most efficient route to you? It certainly doesn't to me. given where we're coming from and where we have to go. Oh, yes, the connecting freight tunnel. Yeah. The freight tunnel is an interesting part. That's where it starts introducing the single shot,
Shields at maximum.
basically kill an innocent target and you die, because for whatever reason, this hacker working for an evil world government cares about killing the occasional innocent to the point... Oh, listen to that Doppler effect.
Hostile targets.
But yeah, apparently this guy cares enough about killing innocents to stop his entire mission. Hello! What the hell you doing? I like how there's weird, like, radio chatter in the background, too, that you can hear from the enemies. Probably can't hear that too much over my yammering, but...
Target acquired.
Sneaky, sneaky. Gotta sneak through with our jet. Shh. Be very, very quiet. We're working for Cyberia. I'm going to kill your tanks and fighters. Kill the fighters, kill the fighters, kill the fighters, kill the fighters. I bet a good chunk of people watching this video are too friggin' young to even understand the references I'm making, and that makes me really sad. I'm only 35.
Warning. Tunnel entrance is shielded. Scanning. Shield generator must be destroyed.
Gotta take out the shield. That big green screen looking shield. Tunnel is shielded by massive green screen. Must set chroma key properly to succeed. Uh-oh. We got a friggin' mosquito on our arse. Ain't no thing, apparently. Oh, no, he passed us. Because, of course. Because the best place to shoot me is from in front of me. Instead of behind me where you had a shot right on my arse.
Breaching shield generator.
Interactive movies! There's a generator. Oh, we gotta whip around. This music is hilarious. It really sounds like something I get from one of the royalty-free sites that my network offers me. That's really what it sounds like. Well, that was easy. Shield generator ain't got shit on me! I'm a hacker! They taught me how to do elite air combat and hack in school. Whee! In we go.
Secure.
So, this is where things get potentially a little retry-y, but we'll see. Because you got a lot of targets coming at you quick, and some of them you're not allowed to shoot at. God, we're barely halfway, aren't we? Jesus. Oh, boy. Again, this does not seem like the most optimal route to get anywhere, but, like, why would we go through a tunnel underground when we have an aircraft? Just go over it. Proton howitzers and armored cars. Scanners are out there checking. Yeah, fuel supply trucks. That's what it is. They're not innocents. They're fuel supply trucks. So you blow up a gas truck. Of course, that's enough to detonate the entire friggin' tunnel, because of course it is. So yeah, the blue boxes that go wah, wah, you're not supposed to shoot at those. But you can see here, you really don't get a lot of lead on your targets. So you kind of got to move on them quick, or you're going to get wrecked very quickly. You see what I'm talking about? Like, I have no idea how they expect you to do this so quickly. Oh, well, I missed. Was that a whole level? Wow! What was that, 20 seconds? Oh, God, this video game, man. Oh, wow. I did not remember that. That whole level was like... Now, I admittedly, on higher difficulties, that probably would have taken, you know, a million tries and probably a couple of broken mice. But still, oh my God. That was so fast. Okay, so we're gonna get refueled here. But of course, Zubrovska is currently under attack by cartel air forces. Also, their apparently that freight tunnel did like a third of the trip. Oh, don't hit the crop truck.
Mayday. We're under attack from cartel forces.
Hostile targets approaching.
Okay.
Target acquired.
This guy's getting shot at regardless of how quickly I take out the cartel, so this might be interesting. Pardon me, guys. Don't mind this massive thing buzzing your houses. Wow, this place looks like Transylvania or something. It's kind of neat, though. Oh my god. What? What? This is a little ridiculous.
Target acquired.
And now we've got, like, choir ladies in here. Like, what the friggin... Oh, I don't get it. I really don't get it, man. Looked like it was a glider attacking that guy. These are really weird-looking houses. Kind of neat, though. I will say they mix up the environments a lot. It's not just fighting over an ocean constantly. I think that's pretty neat.
Target acquired. Entering cover.
That's a friendly truck. White van man.
Approaching refueling area.
Yeah, landing and refueling at... Oh, come on! Really? Oh, man. I was right there.
Shields at maximum.
Landing at the refueling area where there's all kinds of crazy explosive battles going on. I'm sure that's safe, as was demonstrated. God, I was so close. That blows. I think this may have been one of the sequences where the walkthrough said you have to memorize where targets are because they come so fast and quick. They may be right. But yeah, I don't want to have to redo this sequence too many times. Because yeah, some of these guys do like half shield damage with one shot, which is pretty rough.
Target acquired.
Mayday.
I got you. This looks like a pretty well-to-do area for a world that's just had apparently a massive economic collapse. But mind you, in a massive collapse, you know, this is probably where all the 1% live. All the FWA 1%ers. The cartel is probably like, you know, in Occupy Wall Street, like, we're fighting against the corrupt wealth class. Really, this whole game is just a metaphor for class warfare. I'm probably reading way too much into it.
Approaching refueling area.
Alright, well, we're doing a lot better this time. Basically haven't taken any damage yet. Well, except for that. Okay. Didn't run out the shields, so land, please. I wonder if it's that they didn't kill me. I wonder if they just blew up the refueling area. And that's what killed me, because there's all these tanks burning and stuff. Hurry up! I gotta book it! I got a Cyberia to Cyber. Yeah, it's Sunday morning, folks. My humor is not top shelf. Here we go. Have a good day, all. Don't mind me. I'm just saving your lives. I did much better that time. And we're there. Looks like this is the last leg. Ice canyons. Oh boy. Defense forces in the ice canyons are your last barrier before reaching the Cyberia complex. Scanners are unable to effectively penetrate the canyon walls, so we don't get to know what's here. I'm sure this will be a breeze, right? Uh-huh.
Shields at maximum. Navigation systems active.
You know, this plane can auto-repair itself in between battles. Could you not have, like, auto-repaired the fire control system so you could have just done this shit for me? Now, there should be no... blue targets here.
Hostile targets approaching.
I'll listen to those 80s guitar riffs. I'm a child of the 80s, so I can appreciate a good 80s riff. Holy balls, there's a lot of targets in here for a small ice canyon. It kind of reminds me of the canyon levels in Ace Combat where you're not allowed to fly above the canyon walls because you get blown up by satellites because reasons. Okay. So we gotta... Oh, I hear a chopper. Whoa! Yeah.
Weapons control interference.
What? Weapons control interference. You've got to be kidding me. So very briefly, it's like you can't fire your guns because reasons? Because reasons is a lot of this game, I think. Oh, geez.
Entering hover mode.
What the living Christ is that? Thing looks like a friggin'... I guess this is the boss. Yeah! Sug it! Looks like some kind of...
Area secure.
That wasn't so bad. I thought that was going to be much more complicated. Man, I only died once. I honestly thought even on easy I would die a lot more often. Alright, I'm going to... Just so there's no delays here, I'm going to skip through my walkthrough here to the appropriate point that skips all the arcade bits.